Hey, I'm James from J Technology, and we are here at the PRS factory in Stevensville, Maryland. We have Julie Brooks here in the electronics department and Mary Phillips. Julie?
Hi, how you doing? I'm going to show you what Mary's doing today here. Mary's running our CNC pickup winder, and she has a couple bobbins already loaded on. I think you'll find that this is something you're not going to see in a whole lot of other guitar companies. Most do not wind their own pickups like we do. We've been doing this pretty much since the company began. I would say PRS manufactures a lot of its own parts, and what we don't manufacture comes into our standards. This machine right here allows us to do something very, very specific. With old types of winders, you would find that you would not always get the same tension, the same consistency. This machine right here can run a very specific tension, a very specific profile to how the winds wrap on this. It also allows us to do types of pickups that you don't see elsewhere in the industry, like our 513s, our 408s. We're largely known as innovators, I think, in this industry. So Mary's going to wait for this to finish running, which won't take very long. It'll be about 90 seconds. So this also allows us to put out a good output. In the meantime, what Mary's going to do is she's going to sand out those bobbins. Those are injection molded, and whenever you have injection molding, you tend to have these lines where the plastic meets in the mold. So because this wire is so incredibly thin, she needs to take that line out of there, otherwise it's going to cut that wire. That wire that she's winding, that is about the width of a human hair. It is a copper wire, and it has a polyester coat on the outside. Pickup wire can come in a lot of varieties. Generally, it's going to be copper with either a polyester or an enamel coating of some sort. So Mary's going to pull those off. So basically for a humbucker, you have a slug and a screw side, so she's going to run enough for one pickup at one time. And she's going to go ahead and start it again. And then in the meantime, she's also going to attach lead wires. And ordinarily, we don't do this step of the process on this side, but we wanted to kind of consolidate so you could see it. But ordinarily what they'll do is they will take it from that point in the process and solder the lead wires and then pass it along to somebody who does an assembly process. Now, I don't know if you wanted to see the assembly process also, or?
Yes, that'd be great.
Let's follow me right on over here. On this side, what we do is we take a finished coil and we're going to add what we call a pole piece, and that is usually a metal piece, a slug, or it's a screw, which is an adjustable pole piece. And what that does is the magnet underneath of those coils are going to pick up those vibrations from the string. You have a metal string, you have a metal pole piece, you have a magnet underneath of it, and that is going to create that electrical signal that's going to go through your electronics, your volume, your tone and pickup control that I talked about before, through your jack and out to your amp. So we do kind of all of that in here, by the way. And we're going to take that over to the wax pots over here, and we don't have those up and running today because we're not in production today, but basically what a wax pot does is it seals those windings up in a pickup and keeps you from having a pickup that is going to be microphonic. And what we mean by microphonic is something where you could actually yell into that pickup and hear your voice. Well, I would say we have a crew of about 6 people right now making about 100 to 150 pickups a day. So yeah, pretty much everything that goes in a guitar out there is going to come from in this room.
Okay. So that goes on for every line from the Artist series to the SE and the.
Well, the SE, that is actually Korean made, and so but all of our core line is done in house, and what we don't do in house tends to be developed in-house, so it'll come down here, we'll work with Paul, we'll come up with what he's looking for, keep on working on it, testing until he decides that he likes it. So even in the instance of something that's manufactured out of house, it's usually developed in-house in some way, shape, or form, tested out, put into a guitar, and then exacting specifications need to be met at that point. So
how about like with the switches and?
Okay, let's go ahead and walk you over there. So we've had a lady working here for about the last 15 years, wow. And this is the job that she's done for the majority of the time that she's been here. She just enjoys what she's doing. Some folks in here like to move around a lot, try different things. Emperor, this is just what she enjoys doing. So she wires, let me show you a full drop-in. She wires this up ahead of time for the assemblers. So we've got a volume pot and tone, and this is your pickup selection. So in the guitar, this would be sticking out of the top of the guitar with a switch tip on it. And this saves our assemblers quite a bit of time. What it also does for us, too, is having someone who has done this job for 15 years. It's very consistent. You know, we know what kind of job we're going to get out of Emperor because she's done this for so many years and just expert at what she does. And kind of the same thing with all of our employees in here. We tend to have long-term folks. You know, it's almost like an apprenticeship in here. You know, people tend to stay with us. I've been here 17 years. So, yeah, that's where you get that consistency. You just can't replace that with people that, you know, come and go. So, so she does probably, I'm going to say, 150 of these a day.
Wow.
Along with jacks and a few other odds and ends, too. It mixes up depending on what the production mix is on a given day. But, yeah, she's very good at soldering, very good at what she does.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Julie.
Oh, you're welcome. So nice to meet you.
You too.
All righty. You guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.